Alright everyone, JB here, and we're back with another Dragon Ball Legends video here on the channel today. Now today we're going to be doing our updated tier list for the festival, because if you've been around for the pretty much majority of the year, the last couple months have been crazy with releases of new units. Janemba, Path to Power Goku, we recently just got the new Beast. Also, the Tad Boys or the Tad Evokin, whatever everyone's calling them, right? Now, how we do our tier lists is over here. We're gonna do the top 10, obviously, and then contenders is pretty much honorable mentions. Units that, if you put them on the right teams, they're solid, right? Their value goes up, they could possibly be put in the top 10, but at the end of the day, everyone's opinions are different. So, we're gonna get ready to get started with that, but as always, before we start the video, if you're new around here and enjoy the content you see, consider hitting that subscribe button and leave a like. It's very much appreciated. And also, we have the raid up, so if you need a raid buddy, consider joining the Discord in the description. You're free. It's literally free. So, first things first, who's the number one unit? I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? And I'm gonna try to give, it's gonna be Beast. It's pretty obvious. I'm gonna try to give my explanation for most of the units, but I don't have experience using all these units. I only have, I would say, a good 80% of these units. Now, Beast, come on now. Post transformation, the guy is just an offensive machine. Blue card hits like a truck. Literally, not even a truck, probably a plane. Like, once you pop, especially once you pop his green card and you also have his unique gauge filled up, this guy's out here one-shotting people. It's not even a joke. Like, this is serious. He is standing on business. And I need y'all to understand that. He's number one. It doesn't matter how many blue units are in the meta. Of course, he's at a type disadvantage, but I do believe he has something in his kit where also he transforms, right? When he transforms, he takes away your Vanish Restore. So if you can't switch out, you're pretty much locked in. Yeah. So let's keep him rolling. Now, looking at the number 2 spot, it is kind of, it's debatable. Now, for me personally, I'm probably gonna put Goku and Frieza, because between them and Tag, Evokin, they're at each other's necks because they counter them. And then you also have them who counters them. So they're kind of like in a tug of a war with each other, right? Kind of like something similar to what, like I don't know, Naruto and Sasuke. They're at each other's throats. Same thing with them. They're a top 3 unit. They're arguably a top 3 unit. Now looking at Goku and Frieza, we already know what they do. And they're not in the boost system, obviously, but they still can just do so much for you. Tag in, they're killing key, they're killing cards, they're stacking damage on the Goku side, and then they also have a green card which locks in and gives you a guaranteed strike card. The Frieza side, you're restoring Vanish, your I believe your critical rate is going up, which once he gets that critical rate going, while you're switching in between them, it's insane. So with this unit, you want to switch back and forth in between them, and don't forget the rise and rush counter. That's literally why most people bring them on certain setups. You literally have a rise and rush protection. Now, same thing with Evokin. So the thing is with them, right? They're compared to Beast. Their combo potential though is insane. Because once you fill your unique gauge, you're getting guaranteed almost a full hand of cards. And then it's the same thing with the green card. So they're kind of dependent a little bit on that green card, especially the first time you use it, because you're getting a guaranteed full hand, you're getting key. So, it's overall great. And then as far as damage wise, right? The thing is with them, Once you fill that unique gauge the first time, it's going to fill up faster the second time, and then the third time. And every time that you fill it up, you're getting 20% more damage inflicted. The first time at least. And then you're getting another 20% for I think 10 or 15 timer counts. So they're kind of dependent on that green card giving more cards. And then the unique gauge is kind of dependent for that extra bit of damage. Because the thing is, they have card draw speed, but the issue is they don't have level 2. And I think they don't kind of need it, but sometimes it does suck, right? Because sometimes when you tag into the other unit or to the Goku side, you don't get a card guaranteed when you switch in. Now looking at the number 4 spot, right? It's gotta be Janemba. You know, and as toxic as this guy is to play against, even though I do have him, it's pretty toxic, but this guy is great. You know, 2 ultimates, you get the strike counter, you get a guaranteed ultimate on hit. He's stacking damage with every card. You know, this guy, when this guy came out, he pretty much changed a lot, especially for regen. Silence from the movies was already doing solid, but when he came out, that's a bit buff to them. And then regen, man, the absolute value just shot up because, well, you know, it's regen. It's literally been in the dirt for the majority of the year, but we did get a few buffs that made it better now. So when you think about Janemba, his value has been a little bit down just because, you know, of Evoken. They literally obliterate him. Like he's not tanking it. I'm sorry, but his value is still up there. Silence from the movies, regen. If not, you can put him in the leader slot for any team that you want. But this guy is a powerhouse. He has that strike counter, which most units are strike orientated. So that's why I say he's toxic. You know, it's a handful to deal with him. Now for the number 5 spot for me personally, I was indecisive at first, but then I thought about it. I've been using this unit for a minute, and a lot of people have. 17. And there's no arguing it. You know, you can probably move him to 6 for some people, but for me, this guy is that center core piece for most teams. And I'm not saying that without him, you know, your team isn't good, the synergy isn't good, but with him, he just balances all that together. You know, he has support, he has disrupt. You know, once you pop that ultimate, when his unique gauge is filled, you're hitting pretty hard. And let's not forget that, you know, when you tag in with him, say your opponent pops a blue card or ultimate card, any of that, he's cutting their damage. He's powering it down by half. So this guy has disrupt. He has also endurance. He's one of the better agent units since probably Future Han. And that guy, you know, he got pushed out the meta because, you know, we got more rare units. But he is one of the better Asian units compared to him. So it's not even arguable. You know, 17 has a lot of utility. He has endurance. You know, so you, even if you don't have Broken and Freeze and you have him, you have Rise and Rush Protection. Unless you have like Vegeta Blue or Gogeta Blue, who both kill endurance. So, you know, just be careful with that. But I think he is top 5. Now we're looking at the number 6 spot. For me personally, it was kind of tough because you can throw anybody right here. But for me, I'm thinking possibly I'm gonna probably give that to Vegeta Blue. You know, with all the blue units in the meta, you still see this guy ran. You still see him ran alongside a lot of units, a lot of teams, and I feel like he just doesn't care. You know, players don't care. This guy's whole kit is great. He has a green card counter, blue card, well, not his blue card, but his ultimate pretty much is AoE damage, so that's free damage to the whole team. Insane. He has blast armor, of course, and then I think he gets cover change every time his unique gauge fills, and he has that unique gauge that fills pretty fast. With I believe it's every card he uses or every strike card. I don't have him, unfortunately, which is sad because this is really like my favorite character, but they shafted me. So he has all this stuff going on in his kit, right? He also has something where he locks up your cards. I think it's blue cards as well. So he's locking up cards. He takes away your advantage the first time he's on the battlefield. So you're getting a guaranteed combo off, especially if you have units locked in. Or, you know, a rush. You can get a rush off. So he has a lot going on. This guy is still arguably one of the better red units in the meta. You know, like I said, in the meta, because he, like I said, there's people still using this guy. So it's like they don't care. You got a blue unit? Who cares? We're finna combo you for 30 timer counts with VB. Like, it's insane. But looking at the 7th spot, right? Now for me, this was, I'm probably gonna give this to Vegeta Blue. Same thing here, you know. This guy's coming up on nearly a year old, and it doesn't matter what meta we're in. People are literally, they're forcing him into the meta. It doesn't matter if he's on the boost system or not. Because currently, I don't think, yeah, I think they took it off for starters from the movies. So, you know, he has all this thing. Same thing with him. He has a blast, you know, counter. He has cover chains on his green card. He gets a blue card guaranteed. So pretty much a guaranteed hit if you're in the middle of a combo. Your pop is main ability. You're taking away all your opponent's cards. So if you're in the right situation, that could be deadly. That could be a free kill. And then after a certain amount of timer counts, this guy is, you know, he shows you why people are forcing him into the meta, because this guy is literally something that once you let him just, you know, be in the battle for a certain amount of times, certain amount of timer counts, I'm sorry guys, he can definitely make you rethink, you know, underestimate him just because he's coming up on a year old. You know, and don't get it twisted. But and looking at the current units, this guy is possibly, he can fit on most of these teams. You know, Fusion Warriors, saw this from the movies. If you want to run him on Uni Rep, you can. You can put him in the leader slot, and he can get all those buffs. So, yeah, that's why I'm gonna leave him at. I still use him to this day on certain teams and certain seasons. So, yeah. Now moving on to number 8 spot. I think a lot of people are probably gonna argue with me on this one, but I gotta give it to Python, or Python and Super Vegeta. I don't think people understand that, even though that for me, you know, or for most players, this unit kind of felt like another monthly left, but with all the recent buffs that we got him, you know, we just got Beast Gohan, his value has went up. You know, Python or Super Vegeta, whatever you want to call him, his value has went up. You know, we got another buff that saw us from the movies. And then you have another unit for Rise and Rush Protection. If you run them on Sagas, Fusion Warriors, what else can you run them on? I believe Python is regen, so you can run this down regen with Janemba. Think how deadly that combo, because you have a Rise and Rush Protection. You know, as far as his kit go, I don't know anything about his kit too much because I don't have the unit. But I do know that once he, you know, revives into Vegeta, he is a whole lot better for, you know, offensive. And he does have a lot of disrupt somewhere in his kit, I believe. And he also has a a counter. And I think it's for his blue card. So he counters blast cards, which is interesting because that's happened to me a lot. It's annoying because some people just like to stand there, but I'm putting him at the number 8 spot. A lot of people might just, you know, get on me about it, but hey, you put him on the right team. Like I said, you put him on the right team, give him the right setup, right equips, this guy can compete over Orange Piccolo. Because Orange Piccolo, I feel they just missed out with him so much, and it's not a joke anymore. At this point, he's just not that good. But number 9 spot, I'm gonna probably give that to the Yamus. Yamus are super underrated. And I really feel like people just don't give them enough credit. When they tag switch, they get covering off a few timer counts, they go type neutral for a couple timer counts. And then I feel like their preparation mode compared to the Buu duo, I think they did it way better. Unfortunately, of course, you know, you're gonna lose, I think it's what, Gamma 2? So, you know, they have a lot of things going on in their kit. They do stack damage with that, you know, every blast card. They're increasing the damage you take on every strike card, I think. So they kind of have like a lot going on in their kits as well, you know. And their green card, I think it gives you a blue card guaranteed. So like I said, if you're in a combo, you know, that's a guaranteed blue card hit. And you know, you're going type neutral, you're getting cover change. I think it's only for like 5 timer counts when you tag in. So that is a downside, because that's literally like the only form of cover change they kind of have. But overall, they're great. Androids, saw this from the movies. There's a couple teams you can throw them on. And with the addition of, you know, Tag Evil can, if you want to build like an Androids team and then just throw in these guys in the leader slot, that's a full-on blast Androids team you can run. You literally have them, Android 17. If you don't have Android 17, you have this Cell as well. So let's, you know, keep that in mind. Now, number 10 spot. We're gonna move all these guys down because, for me personally, we're giving that to Jiren. We're giving it to him because it shouldn't be a no-brainer. This guy is how shall I put it? He just got a Zenkai. He also has a Plat, and he's super tanky. Like, for like similar to like what the LF Rose. This guy is tanky. He has and then after you rush him, he does get even more tankier. He has a green card, which is an AoE. I don't think it destroys cards on hit. I could be wrong. But let's think about something as well. He has RNG Feint. So he has that, what, 30-40% chance to hit a Feint, which is pretty much a guaranteed kill in this game. If you're in the right setup, in the right position in the match. This guy has that. He kills your cards. You know, he has blast armor as well. He has a ranged blue card. All this stuff going on, you know, and I really feel like he's underestimated. Unirep, you can put him on powerful opponent along Janemba if you want to, but his value has went up with Unirep with the, you know, the last couple of additional units. And I've seen a lot of more people run him simply because of his utility and how tanky he is. So, but keep in mind, a lot of these units that you see on here are pretty much purples, you know, blues. You look up here. So that's kind of where the meta is at. But with these guys, hey, you know, they're green and they're pretty much killing off a lot of these blue units, but a lot of them can go type neutral, so it doesn't really matter. But I feel like Jiren definitely deserves, you know, that top 10 spot. And some people might put some other people over him, because as far as, you know, the honorable mentions, this is what all I'm gonna put. I feel like all these units right here, put them on the right setup, they're good. Path to Power Goku, I feel like he dropped simply because they reduced the amount of Dragon Balls you get, like the chance, and his unique gauge kind of depends on that for him to actually start packing a punch. But he does have endurance, which is a plus. You got Orange Piccolo. I feel like even post transformation, he doesn't feel, even with his Platypus, he does feel a bit better, but it's like they didn't really change anything too much to fix his problems, right? Golden Frieza, arguably one of the better 1% Sparkins. You put him on a Unirep team, or you put him on, you can put him on a Lineage of Evil team too. This is the buff to that as well. You can put him on that team. This guy's great. He has utility. He reduces your ki. He locks you in if he gets 50% or low on HP. He has 2 ultimates, so keep that in mind. And those hit pretty hard. Namku, I feel like he just dropped just simply because of the units has been dropped. You know, you have Evokin in the meta. while this guy is an offensive powerhouse, he doesn't take damage too well, even at high stars, especially if it's a type disadvantage. So, you know, keep that in mind. Got Trunks. I feel like he's still one of the underrated ones. Put him on a Vegeta clan or a future setup, you're looking at a solid team. This guy has endurance. He can get, you know, more cards on greens. His strike damage is insane. Like, it's insane. And it applies bleed, I think. Revival UI, same thing with him. He's a solid unit. You put him on the right setup, he can go right in this top 10, you know, of this list. Put him on the right setup, you know, because post after transformation, he gets, I think, cover change for what, 30, 40 timer count, which is a long time. So, you know, and he, you know, he has that mechanic where he can counter, well, not counter, but dodge most of the strikes and blast. You know, same thing with Revival Cell. It's the same thing for most of these units. They're not bad, but at the same time, they're not overly good. Like, just insane, like crazy, busted out good, right? But they're very good in their own perspective of certain teams, certain equips. So, you know, I feel like his best setup would be androids, possibly future as well. You know, you still have VB, a lot of good options to throw on. But as far as that goes, that's going to conclude the tier list. Let me know where you guys will rank certain units. I feel like this is a solid tier list. It might not be the best, right? But from my experience and for most players, I feel like this would be solid. So let me know what you guys think. But as always, everyone have a blessed day. It's your boy JB. I'm out.